everybody. Welcome to Atrocity Press Live. I am your host, Max DeVille. My co-hostess with the mostest is currently not here. He's not available. I told him about the show like 30 minutes beforehand because I didn't know we were hosting this show. But instead we have Mr. Phil Leon. What's
Hey,
going on,
what's
Phil?
up? What's up? What's up?
Yeah, we are here to talk to this man. Pow! Mr.
What's up,
Sam
gentlemen?
Quinton. What's going on?
Sam. What's
Making
up?
books, man. Making books.
Good, good. So, you got this little Kickstarter going on here. It's a Teddy and her time traveling mushrooms or something.
Yeah, it's Tibbi and her time traveling psychedelic mushrooms.
You just trying to beat me for the longest title of a book?
No, not the longest. I mean, it's not like a Japanese light novel title or anything, you know.
No, but I mean Ninja Bimbos versus zombies from deep space. See,
I mean, yeah, we
versus
maybe
zombies
we're
from
neck and neck
deep
in that
space.
regard, I guess.
The
You know,
seven. Tibbi and her time traveling psychedelic mushrooms. Yeah, that's the same letter, same number of words.
completely by accident, but man, did we pull that off, huh?
Oh,
Yeah, it's I'll tell you, man, it's been pronounced so many different ways on so many different shows now. Sometimes I have to stop.
Tibbi.
I've had people calling her Titty,
Titty.
you know, Titty and her time traveling tits, and I'm like, that's not the title of the book, but thanks. It's not the title of the book.
So we're down to 26 hours to go.
I know, right?
What's it been like running this campaign? I mean, you're not asking for chump change, that's for sure. I mean, you went swinging for the fences here.
Yep.
At 8,000. So, what's
Well,
it
you
been
know,
like running this compared to your other campaigns?
Honestly, it's a lot like the other campaigns because we get to the last 2 days and we're still really close to funding, but we're not quite there yet. Except for like the campaigns that were like $500 or like $1,000 or something like that. That's pretty normal for me. But I mean, yeah, I gotta tell you, it's been exciting. It's been stressful. I've been promoting everywhere. We've had a lot of weird things happen during this campaign. Like we got botted really hard.
I was going to bring that. I was going to talk to you about that.
Yeah, that sucked. That really sucked, man. But with that, what sucked about that is it hurt and discouraged some of the backers that we had pretty regularly.
Yeah, I mean,
because our totals bounced up and down. Like there was a while the first day that we were sitting comfortably at like I think it was like $2,700 or something like that. Because we had a bot that come in and pledged a $1,000 pledge.
Jeez.
You know, and then the bot got bumped, and then that dropped us back down. And we had a bunch of other people come in and pledge. And we got another bot that came in, pledged 800, and then it got bumped. And so we were actually for a while over 3,000 that we didn't get back to for like a week after that.
Wow.
Or maybe a week and a half or something like that. But I mean, it really did mess up the whole rhythm of the campaign, really, right off the bat.
Oh yeah, that would really fuck it up. I mean, because that was like what, first day, right?
First day, yeah, first day. Like we were on stream, you and I and Larry and a few other people, Ben Dunn, and then all of a sudden everyone's getting ready to leave, and it was like 11:30 at night. And I look, and my total is $1,000 higher than it was. I'm like, guys, what the hell? And that's when we went and looked, and I'm like, oh, this guy's sending me marketing spam. So we're like, oh, great, it's a bot that pledges. That's a fun evolution, right?
Yeah.
So, but thankfully Kickstarter bumped them, and we didn't have a whole lot of problems with that afterwards. So I don't know what they've done in the background.
Okay, I was going to say, has Kickstarter contacted you or anything to talk about?
No, they just bumped them off.
Okay.
So they just bumped them off, and with that, of course, that made for interesting math. And then trying to go back, we had a couple of those bots that pledged like one was like $300, one was like $450, and the $450 one was really confusing because we have a tier for that for getting drawn in.
Yeah.
So that was not good. 1 second. And then we had the 450, we had one that was 200 something. And then we had a couple that were just weird numbers, like 75 and 80.
So did it go down consistently, or what it was backing?
Well, I mean,
First it started out at like $1,000,
yeah.
and then the bots like we dwindled off to be like $80 or something.
Right, exactly. It really started trickling down, and you would get like messages after you pledged from those quote unquote backer accounts, and they would be like, okay, you can't really communicate with a bot, right?
Yeah.
So it'd be like, hey, we can help to make your campaign do much better, and I'm like, oh, great. So the bot can pledge, but it can't figure out basic English,
Yeah.
Then
you run it through Chat GTP or GP.
It's his second, third language. You gotta give him.
Yeah, I mean the first one's Python, and then the second one. So
I wonder if they were trying to like lower the amount so they could fly under Kickstarter's radar.
That would be my guess, because I mean there is just so much with this that I mean it really only made problem with this for the the first few days.
But that's the most important fucking part of the campaign.
Yeah, I mean, but I think by day 5 we no more have no bots, right? But I mean, having bots day 1 really did hit us in the nuts.
That's gonna hammer your. I mean, a Kickstarter campaign is kind of a living thing.
Yep.
And it's just like anything, like a card game or whatever. If you don't, a chess game, if you don't have your strong opening, then you're on your back foot for the entire fight. And you don't want to be there. And these bots kind of screwed you, really.
Yeah, they really did. They like I said, they hit us in the nuts early on. But here's the thing: even with like all the bot business that we lived through on this, we're gonna get funded. I mean, we're here right now with 227 backers, and we've got. Let me pull this up.
6533. I got it right here.
Yeah, and then in the background, the ever important behind the number, we've got 319 people who haven't pledged the campaign yet that have saved it. Nice. Now, I normally run between 30 and 35%.
Yep, me too.
And we're only at 67% conversion right now. So we've got a really healthy block left.
You're at 67% conversion?
No, 17% conversion.
Okay. I thought you said 67%.
Oh, no, 67 converted and only 17%, right?
Okay.
So we've still got, like 13, 18% left. So
nice.
Figure, 70 more backers.
Yeah.
And that 70 backers at our average right now puts us funded and then some.
Yeah.
But one thing I did do, and I announced this today, is we had 2 stretch goals planned that I was going to reveal once we reach goal, but we've overcome all this, and I've already paid the artists, for those stretch goals. So I'm just adding them into the campaign rewards. So folks got the update today. They know those are coming when we reach goal. So we'll have the psychedelic mushroom sticker from Pete. Pete's all been taken care of, and then we'll have the art from Sandra Cole. Now that's a work in progress.
Here it is.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if you go to the day's update, you can see this pretty good, because there's I attached the work in progress shot, and then I attached like a finished piece from her so that people can see what her finished work looks like. It's the very top one from today. Update of June 8th.
There's Sam.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
so there's the work in progress shot, and the one below that is what her finished work product looks like. That's
Nice.
from a project we've got coming next year.
I like that picture with the fog and stuff. That's cool as hell.
Yeah, she's badass painter, man.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we have people hanging out.
Bianca!
Bianca, yeah.
Always good to see Bianca.
We've got Barrett Russell.
No, they just make you see dinosaurs, apparently.
Yeah, dinosaurs.
So the fun part is, and I haven't told anyone this, the only people who know this are the people who are working on the crew, how whether or not it's real or whether or not it's just a trip in your mind. But
Yeah.
the book reveals it on the last page. So, guys, in order to find out, is she seeing real dinosaurs or is she running around naked in her house dripping bubble bath everywhere?
See in the book.
The only way you're going to find out, come out and pledge to the book.
Well, let's roll this beautiful bean footage here because I like the new sexy voice girl.
Yeah, that's Heather Allen.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is her normal voice.
Hello, comic book fans. You want a fun, risque, time-traveling adventure comic? And we're bringing it to you. Tibbi and her time-traveling psychedelic mushrooms. Issue 1 is live on Kickstarter through Friday. Don't miss your chance to pick up this beautiful 24-page comic. There's excitement, time travel, dinosaurs, and barely clad bubble bath beauty. Rated 18 plus for nearly nude content and psychedelic substance use. Pledge today and join us on Tibbi's first trip through time.
Isn't that
Dun, dun,
badass?
Dun.
The thing about Heather is she's like one of the sweetest people in the world. Her voice is like silk on your ears. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like the cover to a 47 Furious Tales book.
Yep. We're doing the same covers for these two, except for the holochrome. We can't do the soft touch on the holochrome.
Yeah, well, they can't do the same thing. It's a different printing
Yep.
procedure.
What do you think,
But
guys?
yeah,
Best video?
that's a good one. I mean, the only thing that could have been made a little bit better would be some music, but you know, I know you were under a time crunch.
Well, that night, my first video got copyright struck, even though I had gotten license for the use of the music.
Really?
So that was fun. It's still on YouTube, but apparently I can't monetize it, as if that's a problem for me.
Yeah, who cares?
Nicely done. It was just missing the buy yours today.
I know, right?
All right.
No, that was good stuff.
I'll tell you, isn't that some gorgeous work on that cover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And our cover artist is our interior artist. We have a different colorist on the interior because our artist Damien, he simply didn't have the time to get this drawn and colored so that we could fulfill it in September. Now, if we were targeted like November or December for fulfillment, that would have been a different ball game.
yeah.
But he has other contracts too. So
Yeah, dude's got his other work to do.
Yep. So wanted to get this out, get this done, and then get on with Tibbi number 2. So that's always fun.
So she's working next. She's the woman next door working several gigs to pay the bills and has never-ending student loan debt. So, who is Tibbi? Let's start with that.
Tibbi is the pretty neighbor lady who's growing shrooms and her own personal pot plants in her grow room in her house.
Legally or illegally?
Well, it depends on where you're at.
Depends on where you're reading the book.
Where's she
depends on
at?
where you're at. She's her whole backstory is just kind of hinted at throughout the first 8 pages of the book.
Yeah.
So she's working multiple jobs. She's working at a dispensary. She's got a master's degree in botany and a master's degree in chemistry.
Okay, I was gonna say, is she a botanist?
She's a botanist and a chemist. And at home, she's developing her own strain of psychedelic mushroom and growing her own personal plants, her own personal marijuana plants in her grow room too. But then she's also driving Uber and doing Grubhub and such, and just to
Yeah.
make sure all the bills are paid while she's just trying to get on with life. So we designed her for someone in their late 20s, their early 30s, fit, but not like superhero build, with curves, because I'm a big believer that curves are great.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen Mary.
Yep. And then we took and we tell a little bit about her efforts for her social media stuff. And so there's a little thing in that where she's in her garden and she's posting a little live stream from her phone in the garden. And then you
She
see
covered in bubbles.
no, she's wearing clothes in the first half of the book. The bubbles are there for a very specific reason. It relates to the story.
Yeah.
And it makes one hell of a cover, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to the covers that we're going to do for issue 2 as well. That's going to be fucking epic. Pardon my language. But
it don't matter. You're here. You're amongst friends.
In the short version, that's who Tibbi is. She's just your everyday, well-educated, hardworking girl next door who is growing her shrooms in her pot and just trying to get by in life.
We could have a spin-off about Tibbi and the Tokadelic.
Someone was telling me I need to do like her cousin that works at the DEA and is always trying to bust her. Like a recurring villain. I'm like, I don't think I want to do that. Because then I have to make the DEA look dumb, and that's just a bad plan.
That don't work good.
Yeah, especially given my day job, that's really not something that's gonna fly.
I always try to make my villains just as smart or smarter than my heroes.
Yep.
And that way they comes to them slipping up or something, because that's usually the way it is in real life. Somebody slips up.
One of my best villains that I'm writing right now is actually not shown up until the very end of Reign of Ages issue 3. Well, she's been in one of the Tarot Adventure books, but she's the big bad in issue 4. So that's going to be freaking epic. Really looking forward to that one.
Cool. Let's see here. We can pick our favorite cover option, which is this one with the Virgin variant, which has got no trade dress, just the art, which is sweet. I always like those.
And then you've got the regular one with the trade dress on, and those are the same price, by the way.
Yeah.
And then you've got the holochrome, which we couldn't get a good image of, so so we've got one in the tier, but the holochrome, that looks badass. I mean, everyone's
I mean the print that you gave to Pete for his birthday.
Yeah,
that looks amazing, dude.
It is. It's absolutely.
It looks amazing on camera, so you know it's gonna look amazing in fucking person.
Yep. And it's just, I'm telling you, man, I'm really looking forward to getting these in, because we're not going to print a lot of the Virgin variant. That's primarily a crowdfunding thing. We'll have enough to fulfill. We have some extras in case we have stuff to replace, and a small number of stuff left over. And then we'll print the holochromes pretty much the same way.
Yeah, or print to order.
Yeah, on the holochromes. But I won't reprint like the Virgin variant, right? And we won't reprint the trade dress main covers. So like the collectible value, if any, is retained. But I'm hoping to print between 3,000 and 5,000 copies of the main cover with the
main
trade
book.
dress. Yeah, because we're going to do fulfillment, and then hand out comps to the team. And then I'm going to New York Comic Con, and we're going to sell Tibbi and her Time Traveling Psychedelic Mushrooms at New York Comic Con. And I would like to take.
And you got to definitely get some of these to Adam.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to send Adam probably 50 or so, or 100, something like that.
Yeah.
So
just to get them out there, because these would be perfect in dispensaries.
Yeah, they're gonna fly off the shelf at the dispensary, I think.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good one.
Yeah.
Episodic storytelling.
Yeah, we're everything so far for comics that I've written, we got 47 Furious Tales, which is a 12-issue story arc about this history, right? And then Reign of Ages is an ongoing series that has like the first 4 issues are all about her awakening into this new age that she's been brought into, and it kind of establishes the characters and the team. And then after that, we'll have like, mostly this book will be this story and this book will be that story. Some things might have 1 or 2 or 3 little mini arcs on screen.
Linked together, yeah.
Yeah. But with Tibbi, I kind of think of each episode like a Doctor Who episode,
Yeah.
And so we have this time travel thing, and this is what happens. This is what she experiences. And this, we get, in issue 2, we start to see her experiment, see how the time travel thing with the mushrooms work. In issue 3, we start to see like a bad encounter, like the bad trip, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
And then issue 4 and 5 and 6, we're going to have these new fun little time travel adventures, And
That's cool.
I think it's going to be a neat way to play in different areas and in different elements.
Yeah.
Almost.
Do you ever worry that you won't be able to tell it in 24 pages?
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure issue 3 is going to have to be like 36 pages.
Yeah.
Issue 2, 24 pages won't be a problem. We're just going to Woodstock for a quick trip.
Yep.
But the bad trip in issue 3, we're going to encounter like a bad guy. And when we encounter the bad guy, then we really want to make sure that there's an effect on the reader in the negative sense, because we can tell happy, fun stories every single episode, and then eventually people are like, well, okay. But I mean, even Strangers in Paradise had, really downer episodes because you had that reflecting life in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's,
and your villain needs time to be cast as a villain. So
right.
You need that extra bit of time.
Exactly.
Especially if you're gonna have it start out nice and then get real dark. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. And the villain I have in mind, I'm gonna get a lot of flack for, I know, but I mean, people hate that I brought this villain out of time, but I think it's one of the darkest figures out of history, history of the last, say, 300 years, that works in this context,
Tibbi's fighting Hitler.
For 300 years.
Well, no, I mean, Hitler's so big. I mean, you couldn't really have him as a time traveler. He'd be recognized anywhere after 1955, right? But there's a figure out of time. I don't want to spoil this, but I'll just tell you like this. There's a character out of history that no one has a face for. There's no images of, no one can describe. Just the actions of that person resonate in history. And they leave a stain on history. And kind of, I don't want to say resurrecting because that's the wrong word, but giving legs to why that evil suddenly vanished from the past.
Yeah.
And having it appear in other places in the future, I think, is an interesting.
They've got time traveling mushrooms too. Ooh.
Maybe. But the big question that I have to wonder about is, as we tell these stories and bring them to people, our character growth on this becomes more exploratory, right?
Yeah.
And so it's almost like when you see Peter Parker and Spider-Man from early on, when he's just this smart science geek making his web shooter fluid, and he grows into that heroic role. And a lot of times we forget that he's a really bright kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who then became a photographer because he needed to make money. Well, Tibbi is our really bright adult who is becoming this explorer, and her money is coming from very common sources too, just like Spider-Man. She's working at the dispensary, she's doing Uber Eats, she's doing Grubhub rather, and doing Uber driving. That's things that people can relate to,
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so keeping that in context, I think we get to hold on to that until we have fully self-driving cars. So I mean, I think she's viable with those kind of roles for probably at least the next 8 years. And so if I can produce 2 or maybe 3 Tibbi comics a year, Next year we'll be lucky to do 2, but I mean, if we get 2, 3, or maybe even 4 a year, I'd be completely happy. I'm okay with the quarterly release when we have episodic issues.
And Bianca says her mom must be the villain.
What? Bianca? No, this villain. Trust me. I have an actual real concern that I'm going to get thoroughly canceled for bringing this villain up.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bad enough that no one has mentioned it. How wild is that? Oh, Hitler. Yeah, well. But
is that tea?
No, that's ice water.
Oh man.
I've been
Hydrating.
drinking
Fucking vodka,
I've
man.
been drinking. I'm going to drink whiskey here in a little while. But yeah, it's
So this picture here, this is the double page spread on the inside of the book.
Yep,
Right.
that's a 2-page spread. It's modeled, as you can see, it's modeled a lot after the cover because it's from the same scene. Of course, the interior art was by Damian Torres as well. So, I mean, there's a lot that he had to work with that he had, easy time with. Of course, there's a phenomenal amount of detail in these 2 pages. So poor Dakota, man, was just worked silly. But I mean, he's working like mad on these anyway. This first book, in a lot of ways, is as an art book as well, because I mean, there's just some fantastically stunning things. Now, one thing I'm doing with this as well is that we're going to take and have the black and white uncolored version in the digital file as well. So it's the one big crowdfunding reward tier, right? And so people will be able to enjoy that and really get a taste of what we've got going on. Damien and the whole team, Damien, Dakota, of course, Alexia is editing, Taylor Esposito is doing the lettering, and just fantastic freaking work. This is
While we're talking about that, let's take a look at some of these pages here. We got
Yep.
this, because this one's like just one of the coolest pages that they got. I mean, it's psychedelic, but almost in like an 80s way.
Yeah.
So, because it's got that the close to neon colors.
And when you look, he's also, this is a work in progress. He was doing a little more work on the colors when we went live, and we haven't updated the finished page yet. But if you look really carefully in the tub where she's sitting, you'll see where the colors slowly start to manifest around her as she's slipping further and further down into her trip. And then she just plunges through that portal of colors in the bathtub, which is how she ends up running from dinosaurs covered in bubble bath.
Yeah, of course.
Not supposed to fall asleep in the bathtub, man.
Especially when you're tripping on shrooms, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to apologize again because I still haven't marked that, but the $750 tier has been claimed.
Oh, cut it out.
Yep. So that has been claimed.
Outta here.
And then we still have some tiers open for the $450 to get drawn into episode issue 2, where you'll be drawn into the crowd near Tibbi while she's at Woodstock.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And the trip and time travel one, this was a fun tier to come up with, because you know how, a lot of times people like to be a part of the book in really, really permanent ways, right?
Yeah.
So what we did here was we took the trifecta tier and we said, okay, we'll just round this up to $100 and we'll just limit it so that we don't, overdo it. And what this does is you get the trifecta tier, and then on the interior cover next to the credits for the team, we're going to have a list of credits for our trip and time travelers, and they'll be listed on the interior front cover of the book.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So like they get like their own little page of thank yous type thing.
Well, they're right on the same page with the credits of the artists and the writer and the editor and everything. It's something I hadn't really seen someone do before with comics,
Yeah. It's really
I
cool.
mean, that's pretty darn cool.
And the trifecta is all 3 of the covers, right?
You get the chrome, the holochrome cover, you get the regular cover, and the Virgin variant. Now
Sweet.
the thing about that is that that holochrome cover is really expensive to print. You
Yeah, it
know how
is.
that is. So
Yep.
we had to price it at 40, which means that we cut down a little bit on the other two books. Because it would have been 70, we made it 69 because it just seemed fitting.
Why not?
No, exactly. And it's been well received. People like that.
Cool. I mean, you got a picture of that's the print there, right?
Right. The lighting, my camera just does not do it justice.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be done, but that looks cool.
Yeah, it's badass, man.
Then the regular
Almost.
and the Virgin Veg variants are same price of $15 entry fee.
Yep. And then
Or you
shipping.
can, yeah, or you can get the digital for $5. So when you live outside the country, you don't have to pay $30 for shipping.
Well, interesting true story. The person who backed at the tier to get the original cover lives in Australia. So we're sending that to Australia.
That's going to be expensive.
Yep. Well, he paid $750
Yeah.
a year. He's
That's true. He's got it covered, you
he's
know.
good.
The Australians, man, they buy a lot of my expensive stuff too. Like a lot of my bigger campaign things will go to Australia.
Yep. I had a
Because-
$10,000 tier in the draft version, but I got rid of it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would be buying anything off Kickstarter for 10 grand for a comic book.
I've seen one person do a $10,000 tier on a video game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's a video game. It's not a comic book, Sam.
I get it. But that person, they got in the video game. They used their image, and that person's in that video game now forever.
That's pretty cool.
As one of the more main non-player characters.
Sweet.
What game was it?
Yeah, do you remember the name of the game?
It was some space opera game that they've been developing for like 15 years, and it's been in beta for like 10 years.
Oh yeah, I forget the name, but I
Been
know.
on Kickstarter like 2 or 3 times, and they fund it and they use the money to develop it, and they come back like 5 years later and they do it again.
Yeah, it's been broken down into like multiple different games now or something. One of them Squadron 42.
I don't know. I don't remember what it's called. I don't think it's out yet, other than beta.
Squadron 42. I played that. That's like that's like a retro game.
Yeah.
Retro with little bits of live action scenes in it.
Mm-hmm.
Fun
You
game.
got your add-ons here. You got Necroholic 1 and 2.
Yep. And those are
Rain 1 and 2.
variant covers, yeah.
Yep. And then Peace Mushroom again.
Big shout out for our newest backer. We're at 228 backers now. Thanks.
All
man.
right, killer.
Good job.
And then you get your 47 Furious Tales. You can get all 3 for $15. That's $5 a book.
Yep.
That's good stuff.
Yep.
Then you can get the $20 for the 11x17 print.
Yeah, that's the regular print. And then there's also in the add-on section, because we had a lot of people asking about it, we added in the holochrome version as an option too.
Sweet. You should put that on the Kickstarter, Sam.
Yeah, I kind of dropped the ball on that because I was fumbling around with the bot thing, and that kind of messed me up a little bit. It kind of broke my rhythm.
And then the magical 15-ounce coffee mug that
Yep.
you got. You should have got the ones that like change color, change it with the heat.
Thermal.
I've had some bad experiences with those though, as far as when you clean them and everything. Like if you leave one of those on your desk and you've got coffee in them for a while, you can get some stains in those things that really just don't work,
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I thought it'd be cool to be like have like a picture, and then like as you put the heat in there, it changes it to a more psychedelic version of the picture.
I mean, it's cool. I want something that people are going to use for a lot of years. So.
Yeah, for sure.
But the mug, that $25, that includes your shipping anywhere in the world.
Awesome.
Yeah, so you can get it in Canada. We don't ship to Russia, North Korea, Somalia, I'm forgetting someplace. We can't ship to the Ukraine right now. We don't ship to Chechnya, and we don't ship to Belarus.
Okay, so a lot of countries that you can't ship to anyways, you don't ship to.
Yeah. Right, exactly. Interesting enough, also countries you can't pledge to Kickstarter on right now.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess you can if you're in the Ukraine, but hard to imagine anyone in the Ukraine having time to pledge to
yeah, pledge to Kickstarter for sure.
You know,
There's Phil's coffee.
here we go.
It's not a Sonopa it's not a Sonopa back Kickstarter campaign or crowdfunding campaign if it doesn't have a coffee mug.
Yeah, we've done that a few times now. People seem to like it.
You got the Tibbi T-shirt.
Yep. Now, people have asked about this. They're available in size extra small to 5 extra large.
Yeah, that's why there's the variable 30 to 35 because it'll be 35 for anything over 3x or something like that.
Yeah, the 4X and the 5X are 35.
Yeah. And then we got the original Rain art page by
Damien Torres,
Damien Torres, yeah.
who's the artist on this book. That's discounted from what we regularly have offered it for. It's the same price we offered it for on the Lexington Toy and Comic Festival. We had a guy who was going to buy it, and he's like, will you take $200 for it? I'm like, no, I will not. No, I will not. I'll take $350 for it.
5XOs are just gonna get PJs.
I don't. Yeah, Bianca, get the 5XL, and you can wear it like a dress.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, nightgown, or go to a rave in it.
Because usually this is at 500, right?
Yeah, usually that's 500, but we marked it down for the campaign.
Yeah, so that's cool. Usually you mark it up for the campaign.
Yeah, I'm told I do Kickstarter wrong.
And then you should be a USPS.
Yep. First class mail or priority.
That's how we do it too.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then the things what happens when something goes wrong? Because something always goes wrong. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Something always goes wrong. Wow, we got another backer.
And another backer, yeah, 229.
Woohoo! Thank you, everybody.
That's probably Bianca getting her shirt.
We are making progress, man.
You're getting closer, boss. Got to keep on trucking.
65.79.
Yeah.
Need
Doing well.
14.21 to go. I think we're in good hands, everyone. I'm looking forward to this succeeding. I'm going to tell you something, because this book, Alexia Veldhausen, is a really great editor, because she's not afraid to be critical.
Not afraid to yell at people.
And she's really good about handling artists, because like when I put her in the editorial role, she's basically looking at the art too. So she's well paid for that. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
But of course, all my people are well paid. I try to anyway.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing that I've always heard. It's like Sam pays and he pays well. So
I'm going to tell you something though. We had this 2 years ago. I think was the last time we had to address this. I had yesterday a guy who reached out to me. He's like, "Yeah, I want to make comics." And he's like, "Do you know any artists that I could hire cheap?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "You just gonna hog the artist yourself?" I said, "No, that's not what I'm objecting to.
I don't have anyone I hire cheap.
The cheap part." I said, "Because you're basically telling me you don't want to, you're not up to. I mean, if you don't have the money now, pay for what you can, get that done, get a little bit more money, pay for that, get some stuff done, and then crowdfund the rest, But
you could do that. Or you could do what I did. When it came to Color and Mary Machine Gun's first issue, I sold plasma.
Yeah.
For a month, you sell plasma, you get $900.
Or in Kentucky, you have 120.
Really? You don't get nothing?
I looked it up because I was like, holy crap, man. Do you?
They don't
I mean,
value your blood. down there.
$900. You don't think I
Yeah.
would donate plasma for 7 or 8 months in a row to fund a comic? Hell yeah, I would.
Exactly. And they
You
don't
know?
give you that much in Kentucky
No, I looked it up in Frankfurt. It's $60.
every time you do.
Yeah, up to $120 for the month.
That's terrible.
Hell yeah. I was
Because
talking-
like yeah, you get like $60 a time in Kansas City too, but it's like you can go like twice a week.
oh no, they were like twice a month. I was like, what the hell are y'all talking about?
It's
Because yeah,
just
man,
plasma.
I mean, if I could go twice a week instead of twice a month. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I misunderstood them. I'll have to check with them again now. You have me wondering about it.
Yeah.
Because I mean the standards should be the same. Biology doesn't differ across state lines. Of course, Kentucky has some weird laws.
Yeah.
Nah.
We do. It's against the law to carry an ice cream cone in your back pocket in Kentucky.
Damn it.
That's a real thing. It's against the law.
I would have been locked up several times then.
I don't
Man.
know, I would have done that.
I'm
I'd
always
go
putting
do it
ice
just to
cream
do it.
cones in my back pocket.
You know why? You know why it's against the law?
You don't
Horse
wanna s-
horse theft. People would take and put ice cream in their pocket and walk near the horse, and the horse would follow them after the ice cream.
Oh, jeez.
And that's how people would get horses to wander away.
It's always fun to look at those old, outdated laws that are on the books, but they never do anything with anymore. Those are always fun. It's like, what? I didn't know that. I could have been locked up several times.
I know, right? Like, holy for holies, man. Holy for holies.
Bianca remembers that law.
Yeah, she does.
Gotcha.
She was part of the crew that made it, I guess.
Bianca, how should we celebrate once we reach goal? What should I do to celebrate?
There you go. Get a Drunken Sam stream.
Bongs.
Open the OnlyFans account?
You just get a Drunken Sam stream. Get Sam nice and sloshed and bring him on like when we do with Larry.
Man, I can't do that. I can't. I mean, I've worked so hard to stay out of other people's nonsense. I've had people call me names on streams, and I mean, the only if someone calls out like someone I know, and I say no, I like the guy. He's cool, and then everyone's like, "Oh, you're an idiot." I'm like, "Oh well, your opinion." And the rest of that sentence is your opinion doesn't matter. But
Sam doesn't want to be on stream going, I love you, Mandy.
I don't want to be on stream going, I'll fucking kill you. That's what my concern is. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde moment,
She wants Drunken Sam.
Everyone like, Sam, what do you think about that? I think he burns in flames.
Everyone wants Drunken Sam.
Sam, what do you want to do this weekend? I want to take a rubber mallet and some zip ties and some duct tape and some plastic wrap, and I want to cruise up and down the river looking for hobos.
That would be an interesting stream. We need to get Drunken Sam and Drunken Larry on the same stream at the same time.
We would never speak to each other for like a week after that. I'd make Larry mad. I'd be drunk, and then Larry would make me mad. And then we'd both make Max mad, and he'd fall asleep and not care.
Yep. I'd be like, you guys go ahead and do your thing. I'm going to just take a nap.
And then he'd be snoring. And I'd be like, what the hell? And then I'd be bumped off the stream because I'd lose connection. My internet would frag me over. Make everything look bad. And I'd come back on like, I didn't leave on purpose. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. We could make up a whole drama skit just based on that by taking elements from other people's stream and just dumping them into like a fictional thing.
Yeah.
That's what we should do sometime is do like a role play little skit where we all take on the role of some other creator that's had their meltdown. And we like play through the meltdown, just don't say who we are, and see if people who can guess who we're portraying.
Mine will be easy because I'm the sleeper, and I'm just be like, I love you.
No, you'd have to be someone really hyper energetic,
Okay.
It would be like, with Max, it's just like, guess who I am?
Max,
You're Max. That's right.
Maxville.
All right.
Max Coffee.
Well, you got a couple more backers on here, Sam. Let's while we're here.
I got a
take
fresh
look at-
pot of coffee, Bianca. You're more than welcome to some.
Yep. Mary
Look at
Machine
my
Gun.
campaign. Mary Machine Gun here. We got the trade paperback, which collects the issues number 1 through 4 altogether, the first story arc, which is 152 pages of fucking awesome.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Drawn, colored, inked, fucking everything except for lettered by Fern Cord, the fucking machine himself.
This campaign is going to be in tomorrow's update for Tibbi.
Awesome. Sweet. And I've got a cool video too, so I can run that real quick.
Epic action. Boom.
Now, do you have a cover gallery in this?
I do.
Cool.
I was
Oh,
thinking,
speaking of galleries, guess who has a gallery appearance tomorrow?
Alexia does.
Alexia does, yeah. With
Yeah, that's super cool.
a bunch of her originals and everything. That original, because you didn't get the original for the Mary Machine Gun cover, did you?
No, I didn't.
That's going to be in that gallery tomorrow, I think.
Awesome. That'd be cool to see a picture of.
There, I saw a picture of it on Instagram, I think, or did she message me? I don't remember. But I mean, it's going to be a badass show.
Oh yeah, that'll be awesome. Her art is fucking on point.
Yeah, I mean, it's dude. I really hope that you get a chance to get some of her originals because I'm gonna tell you they are mind blowing, absolutely mind blowing. Like we
had so many covers when we had her cover online that we had to cut to.
yeah, but I mean, you're still gonna use it later on, right?
Oh yeah, it'll be used at a later date. But I'm just saying at the time we couldn't use it because I don't want to be worse than Larry and print like 12 covers.
Yeah, you had, what, 8, right? You had 8.
Yeah, we had 10
You had 10. Oh my god!
because it was for the fourth issue, and we had 10.
Oh yeah. Well, issue 4 was like I remember I was thinking I didn't know which cover I was gonna get. I was kind of still in flux, and I scrolled down and I hit the one that I ultimately chose. I'm like, you know what? I don't need to go any further. I'm not going to stress about it anymore because I've been trying to figure it out for like a week before the campaign launched.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's got the first 4 issues of Mary Machine Gun in here. It's got first story arc. It features Mary, Charlotte, Ophelia, and the Carol the Valkyrie.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the origin of Dark America is kind of like our post credit scene. It's a short 8-page story about how she gets her costume, she gets her trademarked 45s, and she gets her name. It's where it all comes from. So you get it. It's kind of introduction to the character because she's going to be the next story arc is going to be Mary Machine Gun Dark America, and it's going to have Dark America and Mary Machine Gun working together.
Mm.
So it'll be pretty sweet. Mary's a member of the Templar Order. It's not the Templar Knights, it's a Templar Order. It's a different situation altogether. They work closely with the Catholic Church to move their agents around by hiding them as monks and nuns because nobody checks up on monks and nuns being moved around the country, as we know.
Mm-hmm.
As we know from their previous problems and with legal issues. The trade paperback totally is like 200 pages because we've got 152 pages of Mary Machine Gun, 8 pages with the Dark America thing, makes it 160. And then each book has a 40-page cover gallery and print gallery. So like we've got 2 versions of the book. We've got a safe for work version of the book, which everything is safe for work. The only thing that's not safe for work in there is the language, because we didn't change the dialogue bubbles or anything, but we did cover up all the nudity. We removed all the sex toy stuff from the backgrounds.
That's no fun.
We kind of scrubbed it a little bit. That way, it could be a little more safe for work, and you could take it around with you wherever you went. Didn't have to feel so pervy. Because the not safe for work cover is definitely not safe for work. Because there's 6 boobies on that one. But the safe for work version has a completely different print and cover gallery than the not safe for work one, because we got all the not safe for work prints and the not safe for work covers that we've done in the past in the not safe for work book, and we've got prints and stuff that you've might have never seen before in the safe for work one and the not safe for work one, because I know there's a couple in the not safe for work one that we haven't ever used ever. So yeah, like ever. So people will definitely be able to see some new shit, which is pretty cool. Because then also with the new stuff with this Dark America the introduction, here's page number 1 of that.
Oh.
And Fern just killed it with the lighting on the sky. I think it's did a great job. The light reflecting off the building there is fantastic. Sun. Here's some pages from the book. Here's Mary getting raised by the Valkyrie. That's when Mary and the Valkyrie are
It's really fantastic.
parting places. Yeah. There's Mary walking along the thing, getting jumped by some werewolf. That's when she first arrives to the main church where the cardinal is, who's a total dirtbag. Then that's when she's getting woke up when she's wounded and comes back to life, basically. What? Not safe for work cover of the panel cast? I don't understand what that means, Bianca. Then we got Charlotte climbing the mountain into the cave for the Amaranthian pool. And then Mary firing her badass weapon. As add-ons, we got the 2023 calendar, which I understand 2023 is like half over, but
I know, right?
the art is awesome, so people still been buying them. So we're gonna keep making them available. You know, I mean, people like to look at the old art that's been passed, and then you got the new art for another 6 months or 7 months, so you're good to go. We do have it on digital. You can get the safe for work or not safe for work version on digital. We got the combo pack with there's both of them. You can get both of them if you want that. Add-ons, we've got the floppies for Mary Machine Gun if you want to collect those. I mean, a lot of people like to collect all the floppies, so we have those available for you. I don't know why you'd want a floppy reading a Mary Machine Gun book, but the Human Hunters, Sam's favorite books that we put out.
Yep.
You get all 3 of those for the catch up there. You get the Ninja Bimbos versus Zombies from Deep Space catch up, which is 1 and 2. So, you get 1 and 2 there. So that's the third one comes out. It's the next campaign we're going to be doing after this Mary Machine Gun book. We'll be doing Ninja Bimbos versus Zombies from Deep Space issue number 3. End of June, beginning of July. If you want everything that we've done so far, you got the Atrocity Press catch up, which is like cover A of everything we've done except for Neo Tokyo, which we don't reprint. We haven't reprinted it since we did the first printing. So we got some stretch goals. We got of course we go with cards all the time. These cards will be printed anyways, and if they don't get stretch gold, then they'll just turn into add-ons for the next campaign, because we do have a trading card set that we're creating. So we want to make sure that each of the campaigns has the 4 available cards. So we got Sister Mary. This is like the evolution of Mary Machine Gun in these cards. Then we got Mary Machine Gun, and then you got Beast Hunter Mary, and then you've got the Valkyrie Armor, which that's a character that we haven't introduced yet, and you won't be introduced to for a while. But she's badass, and we wanted to use her in a card. I was like, Fernando, buddy, it's just a card. Settle down with the details and stuff, man.
He's like, but you pay me to make it pretty, and I've gotten used to making it great. Now I must make it epic.
Yep, he's like, I don't think I can draw simple anymore.
Wait until you ask him to make like a postage stamp, and he does something that the U.S. Mint wants to use. You know? It's like, holy crap, Fernando.
Then we got the bookmark, which is based off the cover. We've got the Mary Machine Gun Chibi sticker that Fernando did.
Chibi.
And then we've got our poker token at 10,000. Of course, the comic book is done because all these books are done. They've been done. Been done. Wow.
Been done. Real American hero.
Yeah, that guy's
Holy
awesome.
crap, guys. Huge thanks. We're at 230 backers now.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Way to
yeah.
go, dude.
Thank you, everybody.
And I think we can give Sam, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's my little thing? There we go.
Am I a boomer? Am I a boomer? Huh? Am I a boomer? Boom! Boom! How about that? Am I a boomer? Boom!
Haha, 230. Let's go back to Tibbi and take a look at that.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. 230 backers.
Need to get it up to 350.
6602 picked up, so you got 1398 to go.
1398 to go. Think we'll hit 7 tonight?
Yeah, which is totally doable.
Yep.
You hit 7 tonight, then you pick up some more backers and you'll be good to
And
go,
guys,
man.
every pledge counts. If you can only pledge for the digital, that we understand. I really want you to enjoy this book. And every single dollar counts.
Yeah, I mean, if you just want to support Sam, I mean, you could do that too with not getting anything. But I mean, at least, come on, it's $5 for the digital, and that's the wave of the future, man. Live in the now. Larry sold a lot of digitals with Savage Sin.
Yeah, a lot with Savage Sin, like 100 something, right?
Yeah, like I think 50% of his sales were digital.
Wow, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. I'm sorry I interrupted. I got excited because
you're good.
I had it open in one of the other tabs. I'm like, what?
Get it up there.
That's funny. 2 years ago, it was like digitals, blah, and now it's like digitals. Yeah.
Man, digital's always been
on
cool
there
for a creator because you don't have to pay the shipping. You know,
Sam has always been a proponent for digital. He's had his stuff up on Drive Through Comics for longer than most people that I know of.
Yeah. And we get a lot of digital sales too. So
I'm just saying, you remember how some creators were about 2 years ago? Digital.
Yeah.
But now it's like, hey, guess what? Digital, bud.
The nice part about that is when they weren't doing digital, I was. And so when people were like, I want a comic. Oh, look, this one's digital for like $2. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
What I like with digital is I think the people that are getting digital want to actually read. You know how we talk about collectors and readers? Yeah. I think when people get digital, it's like they actually want to enjoy and read the story, man. And that's a good thing.
They really do. That is a good thing because, if people want to read your story, that's cool because, when it comes to, as me, the writer, I want you to read the story. I'm glad that me, the publisher, is glad that you purchased the comic for the cover, but me, the writer, wants you to read the book.
Yeah. Oh, Bianca says that's right. I was looking. One of you, Max, drop the link in the chat, man.
I just did.
Tibbi.
Oh, you did. All right.
You got YouTube, Rich, Sam.
What's that?
You got a YouTube wrench?
I do not. I'm sorry.
No, I don't either. That's why I told you to do that, man.
Yeah.
I tried. I didn't realize it until I just did it and realized I don't have a wrench. My bad.
Yeah, I don't think I got it, baby. I don't think I've given anyone a wrench.
Oh, crap.
My bad.
I think I got one, though.
Realize it until I just did it and realized I.
Here I am sitting here saying to put it up, and I think I actually got a wrench. Oh, there we go.
Let's see here. Let's give Sam. There you go, Sam.
All right, let's try that.
Type something, Phil, so I can
There we go.
What's that?
type something so I can give you a wrench.
I got it. I got a wrench.
No, I'm talking about Phil.
I think I got one already, actually. Let me see. Yeah, I do. Never mind.
Oh, you jackass.
I must have had one already.
Yay!
I didn't know. I didn't know I had one over here. on
I've got a
Atrocity.
wrench.
So you're the member of the wrench
Crew.
mafia. No, yeah, that's right, the Brew Wrench crew.
The blue wrench.
Except for it's over here.
It's spread
and-
out. The territory's been gained.
Yep, and as a young Uncle Ben told old Peter Parker, shut the front door. So so I got another backer, dude. 1231.
What?
Yeah, you got another digital
You
backer.
know, things happen once you put up a link to
I
where
know,
to go
right?
to and get it.
Holy
you know,
crap. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
moving right along, dude.
I'll tell you.
Right along. Yay!
Yay! Bianca's the best too. I suspect it was probably her.
Well, I'm gonna give Bianca a wrench because she's.
You know what'll happen? Bianca will use that tweet feature, like tweet it out, like I just backed this, and then of course we'll fund like that. Be like, 'cause everyone loves Bianca, you know.
Yep, there you go, Bianca. You have now gotten a wrench, so you can post links and stuff if you feel you want, because I know you do your own show.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm
you
gonna
can-
schedule to be on Bianca's show if she'll have me.
Yeah, I don't think she will. I don't think
You
she
think
likes
so?
you, Sam.
I don't know, man. I'll bake her some cookies or something and mail them down there. I mean, I'm a hell of a baker. You'd be surprised.
Make some special brownies, man.
And I can't do that. I work for the courts and it's illegal in this state.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
that's
well,
rough.
take a trip outside of the state, make some
Make some
brownies,
and mail
and
them.
then-
Well, you know what's funny is that I'm sure that some of the people I work with are watching this on Facebook, so they know when I say no, I'm not doing that. They're like, "Sure, he's not." You have to talk to the
HR.
department head. No, I end up in HR for other stuff. Usually miscommunications.
Yeah, it's always miscommunications.
HR puffing stuff.
You want to hear
So-
a hysterical, funny, true story?
Yeah, I'm just checking
So-
out this double spread again because it's pretty sweet.
It is a badass, right? If you look at it, there's always something to discover in it.
I know there's always something new I see in it. Like it's I didn't even notice that the raptor had like bird hands and shit
Has
like
feathers, has feathers and stuff. Yeah, we modeled them after the latest science. So yeah. So a few years ago, back before I got divorced, I was still married and pretty happy. I thought, ignorant me.
that. Yeah.
Um,
Fucker.
There was this lady I worked with who had like really incredible fashion sense, and my ex-wife really liked the color purple, and she really liked suede.
It's a good movie, man.
And so one day the lady I worked with, she was wearing these purple suede boots. And I said, those are great boots. My wife would love those. And she did not think I said boots. She thought I said something similar. So I got called into HR and I explained the situation and we got it all sorted out. But then my boss called me and like, you got to be kidding me, right? I'm like, it was a misunderstanding. And yeah, everyone realized it was a misunderstanding, but you talk about me sitting there in HR going, what the hell am I doing here?
I don't break the rules.
I don't break the rules. I did that in the 90s.
Yeah.
I got
Did
that
it back
out.
back before the internet was cool and got you busted for everything.
I know,
Right.
right? Before there were
Boots with
cameras.
a T, with a T, man.
With a T. That's right. My wife would
Tibby
love
with a B, man. With a
the
B.
B. With a B. We love those Tibbies, right?
Tibby.
It's a great logo, though. Like the
Yeah.
big T is a mushroom. The B's look like boobs.
Oh yeah, it worked out great with the eyes and everything.
The
And
eyes look like little exclamation points or arms on either side. It's fantastic.
it worked out good. It worked out really good. And who
You
did
guys-
that?
That's done by James Lee, Brian Lee's older brother. He's an art instructor
Okay.
in New York.
All right. Cool.
He does a lot of work for me actually in RPGs mostly. He actually works as the art director for our RPG products.
Oh, okay.
So he's tough. He's a lot like Alexia in that regards. Alexia is really tough and catches everything, and he's really tough and catches everything. So
Hey, what's up, Jason?
Jason Doobie, what's
Jason
up,
Doobie,
man?
what's up, man? How you doing?
How you doing?
If you want the link, Jason, just let me know. I'll send it to. I'll just post it in the chat.
Jason, have you picked up Tibbi or Time Traveling Psychedelic Mushrooms yet, man?
Yeah. Have you backed the project? As Sam guzzles his water from his Kool-Aid.
Fucking
Mug.
vodka, man.
A big picture, yeah.
That's a Kool-Aid pitcher, man.
It could be, yeah.
Supposed to be.
I got it at Walmart for $2.
Exactly. That's the Kool-Aid picture.
$3.50.
Oh man, I can't pay $3.50. I make comics. I can't afford $3.50.
Hell
$3.50.
no.
No,
I gotta pay my artists.
gotta save every dollar, man.
They gotta
Alright.
they gotta get that. Only you gotta move the decimal point a few times, you know. You gotta move that decimal, man. This project, though, really, guys, I'm so excited about this. This is as far as cost goes between art, the projected shipping, and then the planned printing. This whole project is well over $11,000.
Oh
So,
yeah. I know exactly how it goes.
But I mean, the idea is when I go to New York Comic Con, I want to take between 3,000 and 5,000 of these to New York Comic Con.
Oh, of course. You want to bring as many as you can.
You know,
I put the link to the show in the chat, so if anyone wants to come, to the show.
Show in the chat, man.
The chat. So if anyone wants to come on, they can come on here and hassle Sam.
cool. Bianca, why don't you come on in too, man? It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Jason Doobie says he's stacking firewood out back and listening to us.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Jason's
Stack
actually-
firewood.
Jason's actually working. But man, Jason, is it not dark where you're at yet?
Yeah, I mean it's
Between
dark here.
between the time and the fires?
Come on, Bianca. You can come on. Don't feel scared. I gave you a wrench today. You're a moderator. You got to come on the show.
So
Jason's in California.
my lighter.
Oh, so he won't get the smoke.
Come
He'll
on the
just get the
show.
nighttime.
Yep.
So he's still got like 3 hours until it gets dark.
He said it's almost dusk there.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's what he says.
Wow. Hopefully my California peeps will be done eating soon and we'll see them come in too.
Hell yeah.
I'll tell you, man,
That'd be
I'm
good
really
stuff.
excited about this. This has been a tremendous campaign. A
Yeah,
real
I
nail
mean-
biter.
I mean, from the beginning, you had to fight the bot thing, which was just ridiculous. I can't believe that Kickstarter would allow their system to be botted like that when you could so easily implement just a capture thing, and cut that out.
You know, it's crazy, right? You want to hear something that's kind of neat, though? We are only 17 backers away from setting a new Sonoma Publishing backer count record.
Nice.
Our previous was
world
240, 247. So yeah, we need 17 more. 17 more to have a new backer count record. I'm
Posted
hoping
the link to the campaign in the chat, Jason. Bianca got it too. She's
I
on
tell
top
you,
of it.
hell yeah, thanks Bianca. I'm hoping that we're gonna actually hit 300 backers for this campaign. That would be
That would be great.
A huge milestone because we're already cute. What does 300 make us?
Sexy, man.
Sexy, yeah.
Yeah. And
I'd
400,
like to
you're a knockout.
Yeah.
And I think at 500, you're like Brick House or something like that. I don't remember.
House.
Yeah, that whole scale is kind of tough, man.
Yeah, it's a. I mean, it is a difficult scale to climb. I mean,
Yeah. It's like those 100-point increments seem to be further and further apart the higher you get,
yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Hey, we got to 100. Oh, we got to 200. Oh, crap, we didn't reach 3.
Didn't reach 3. I've never had 300 backers yet. I mean, we had the most backers that we ever had before on Mary Machine Gun 4.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the most money we've ever made off a campaign too. That was the first time we did 5 figures. And he already backed it. Jason Tibbi already backed it. Pops is in the chat.
Hey, how's it going? Jason, thank you, man.
What's up? Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
What's up, Pops?
Jason, I appreciate that, man. Hey, Pops, what's up, man?
You backed the book, Pops? You backed it yet?
Pops got one of the art prints too. I sent him one to show it off for the Madness crowd and put on his wall.
The prints,
Yeah, he got one of the ones from
the like Pete got the psychedelic.
No, I don't think we had those yet. We sent him the regular ones that we had that we prepared earlier this year.
Oh, okay.
Is the holochromes took a while to come in.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was thinking about that with the holochromes. Can you put GIF files on Kickstarter?
Yes.
Yes.
That's the way to do it with those holochromes. Do a short 3-4 second video clip, turn it into a gift, and post it up on your Kickstarter page, and everybody can see your holochromes.
Yeah, I need a better camera for that.
Yeah, that's right. Pops is trying to move, so he's not backing nothing.
I know how that goes.
Pops, do me a favor, man. Can you put the word out some more too? Because we really need to get this out there.
Yeah, we can push this a little bit harder. We can get it to where it needs to be. I mean, he's got 25 hours and just about $1,400 to pull in. And
I think we can do it.
Yeah, I mean, you've done 6 today because you said you did 5, and now you've done 100 since we've been on.
Yeah, so. I mean, it's been wild.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully, none of them are bots. Hopefully, they fix the bot problem.
No, a lot of these are names I know.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, it's like they're names I know from like Twitter, you know, but people who haven't pledged before. So like our last couple were folks I think that came in from like Pete Samedi was posting the link on his show here a little bit ago. He put that out while we were on.
Pete's a cool guy.
And then of course Will did that too, and we've got it. So I mean, there's a lot of people coming out. Guys, I can't thank y'all enough for all the support on this. You guys have shown a huge amount of love for it. You know,
it looks badass. I mean,
Jason, thanks, man. I mean, yeah, it's a beautiful book.
It's gonna be good stuff. So when does it fulfill?
It's gonna ship in September.
Okay.
Because unfortunately, we are not done with the book. Normally, we are done or close to done. But like I said, I've got like the covers were paid. I did a lot of promotional stuff. So, and of course, some of the artists we already paid for the work that's already done, of course, including the covers, including the 3 interiors that we're displaying, including the editing, including the stretch goal stuff. So yeah, we have a lot into that, and then realize it doesn't seem like a lot. But
it's a lot. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, it adds up pretty quick. So it's one of those things where getting it together and getting it done, kind of a big deal, you know?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
You know how that math works. That math gets
Yeah.
tricky after a little while.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's all a volume game, and if you don't do volume enough, you're just gonna miss out, and it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, yeah. And the key thing is like right now I feel like I'm kind of in that area where we're falling in between 200 and 300.
Yep.
I'm kind of almost getting to where we're leveling up into that next level where we have more people who are aware of what we're doing and supporting it. And I think oddly enough that by adding the books that we're publishing for other people, it's actually been increasing that because we're kind of getting more people who are following us who are following Brian Lee. And of course, in July, we're putting out Ninth Degree, our first manga. This one's by Paul Walcott. We're publishing for him, hoping to get that into Japan if we can make the right connections that we're still trying to put together.
How would you do that with the right to left? Because that was like that'd be like completely
same way they do it here in the United States with manga rolling right to left, and we just read it. When we send it there, it'll be left to right, and they'll just read it left to right.
Yeah, but you gotta like flip the images or something.
No, we'll leave the images the same, and we're gonna take and we'll instead of having it lettered in English, it'll be lettered in Japanese, so they'll have to accommodate to reading the story like we accommodate to reading the manga. And it's just an English original manga.
That's cool. I mean, as long as you didn't do a whole lot of panel breaking and stuff like that, you should be okay.
Right. And the thing too about it is that with the lettering, we're paying not just for the lettering, but the translation.
Yeah,
so
and that gets expensive.
That does get expensive, especially for Japanese. Because not only the word balloons and stuff like that, but also any of the effects language and stuff like that, and that requires a little bit of special care, so
yeah, I mean, then because like the sound effects, the onomatopoeia for here is different in Europe, and it's different in Brazil, and it's different in Japan. They're all different. Like like in America we say baby chicken goes cheap, cheap, cheap. And in Mexico, it says pio, pio, pio.
Chickatah, chickatah.
You got to know that when you're doing your onomatopoeia, because if you don't, then they don't understand.
Right.
I mean, they're like, what is this chicken saying cheap, cheap, cheap for? I don't understand it.
Yep.
All right.
No one come in to join us today?
Nobody came in to join us. They're all too scared.
They're all scared.
Oh.
They're all scared, man.
We've got.
I was looking forward to hearing what Bianca thought about the book.
Yeah.
Jason's chopping wood. Pops is packing.
Oh, what we got here? We got some Philly on stuff. What we got, Phil?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Little White Devil. Show some progress going on.
White Devil.
White Devil.
Man, that's a lot of blue.
A little bit of what I'm working. Yeah, old night scene. What do you expect, man?
I get you. It reminds me of like some of the night scenes from Rom the Space Knight comic in the 70s.
Let's see. Look, I even
80s.
Played with the background on this one.
I saw that with the stars in there and everything.
And stuff and make it a
like
little bit
touch,
more interesting. And like I said, this is what I'm working on right now with more blue. There's like another page of blue because it's night scene, and then we'll be on to some of the other good stuff and wrap up the story. Just about done with this one, man.
Gotcha, man. How many more issues are they doing?
2 more after this one. This is the second one. First one's already out there. You can find it over at Indie Planet.
I'm going to take Mr. Weiner outside, so hold down the fort, Phil.
All right, man. So right now, issue 1's been out for a bit, and would have got this one wrapped up sooner, but all the moving and all that stuff going on, and traveling, not quite halfway across the country, but it seemed like it.
Right. I bet it did, man. I bet it did.
And getting settled back in, getting the studio back up. So now I'm cranking out pages to get this done. Got some other stuff in the in the eaves waiting, man. We'll be getting to that stuff too, but yeah, just getting my footing back again, getting used to a whole new area.
Exploring.
The only reason I like a smartphone is because I got maps on the damn thing, man.
You don't get lost.
Oh no, yeah, that's the thing. I've strayed out a couple times on my own so far, and it's like, all right, make sure I bring my phone so I don't get lost, or I will be screwed.
Right.
But yeah, I'm digging it. I like taking the little journeys out, man. It's been interesting. I'm liking the the landscapes and all the nice. It's not flat here, man. It's nice. It's not like back home, man. Everything's flat back home. Go outside the city, cornfields, you know. Here, man, it's like, you know, nice curvy, swoopy up and down roads. I'm digging that, man. Nothing too crazy, but still, you know, a lot more interesting than flat and fields, you know. Been pretty cool. Nice. Got to go to my, you know, I made my second trip to the dispensary now that it's all nice and I can do that here. I couldn't do that back home.
Yeah, we don't have that here in Kentucky either.
Yeah.
We've got medical now though.
Do you? Well, that's the first step, man. I think back in Indiana, they don't even have medical yet. Like I said years ago, it's like we're going to be one of the last ones to legalize, guaranteed, and it's looking that way, man. What shiitake mushroom? That's that'll cause you to time travel. Yeah, yeah. Let's just call it the shiitake, the shiitake special, man. Yeah, that's it.
Those time traveling mushrooms, man. I tell you.
Hell yeah. Campaign's looking good, man. I like all the stuffs. All the stuffs looks great, man.
It's wild to think that I've been doing this for 6 years now. You know, where did the time go? 6 years of crowdfunding experience.
6 years. How many on comics?
First one came out in 2019.
So, okay, it's 4 years on comics, 6 years on crowdfunding in general. And did you say you had some more RPG stuff coming out? Yeah,
I'm working on more RPG stuff. I was hoping to get it out this year, but it might move to next year just because the comics thing, even when you're publishing other people's stuff, there is so much work on that.
Oh, yeah.
When you're the only person doing like scheduling stuff and all that. I may actually be hiring someone to do this one thing for me, but I gotta make sure I have the funds lined out for the first year before I do that, because I want to make sure that I don't hurt myself, you know.
I still say sometime live we got to all get together, BC crew or whatever, and go through one of your modules, man.
Well, actually, you know who has them? I
do.
Yeah.
Oh, you have them?
And holy crap, guys, we're at 232 backers. Can you believe
Hell
that?
Yeah. 66.30. You went up by another $20-something. That's good.
Guys, we're only 1370 away from goal.
See you later, Bianca. Have a good day.
Have a good one.
Bianca, have a good one, dear.
Get you some coffee.
Yeah, go grab some coffee.
Sleep
10 o'clock at night.
That's what I'm going to do. Right back. Well, I'll be in a second.
You're the best. Have a good one. Sleep well.
Where did the whole idea for the Tibbi and the time traveling psychedelic mushrooms come from, Sam? Because you're not a big drug user. You're not a big drug proponent or anything. So I was just confused as to where the idea came from. Was it drunken spoutings one night, or? No,
I wasn't drunk. I was sleep deprived. So I'd been up like 3 days on another campaign. I think it was Necroholic 1, if I remember right, somewhere around that time period. And I had, of course, the day job and taking care of my daughter here, and I just hadn't slept since like Wednesday morning, right? And it was Friday afternoon after work, and my ex-wife had just picked up my daughter, and I had gone and I had made some dinner, And at the moment, I didn't have a campaign running, right? Because the campaign had finished like the day before or something like that. And so I sat down, I was going to eat, and I was going to watch some anime. And I had a notepad next to me because I was writing down some ideas for some stuff I want to do, some other projects I want to bring to life once we have the money.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat down and I was going to eat, and I nodded off. And I woke up and I was like, Time Traveling Mushrooms. Just came out of my mouth. And I said, okay. I wrote that down. I took a couple of notes. And I put my plate on the coffee table. I'm like, man, I'm tired. And I nodded. I called my dad and let him know. I said, hey, I was just nodded off because I was talking to my dad after my daughter got picked up for a few minutes, and he got tired of talking to me. And I went and I called him again. I'm like, I just had this wild idea. I'm going to make a comic, and it was kind of coming out of my mouth while I was talking. My mind wasn't fully engaged. I'm going to make a comic about this pretty lady who grows her own new strain of psychedelic mushrooms in her house. And it's going to be the Time Traveling Psychedelic Mushroom comic. What's the girl's name? I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. And I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, Tibbi, right?
Titties.
And because I thought it was one, it was kind of sound like titties, And two, I used to go to, when I was in elementary school in Idaho, I went to school with a girl named Tibbi, which was short for Tabitha. Because they named her after her mom, whose name was Tabitha, which, okay, whatever. So there aren't a lot of people by that name, obviously. But like Tibbi and her Time Traveling Psychedelic Mushrooms, hell yeah. And so then a couple of days went by because I wrote that shit down. I wrote some notes. I talked to you guys about it. Y'all all laughed and thought it was funny. And I talked to a couple other people and they thought I was kidding. I'm like, I'm making this fucking comic. I'm telling this story. The story's good. And so I had to find an artist for it. And I knew I wanted to work with Damian Torres again because he had done such fantastic work on the art prints for Reign of Ages. And he had mentioned that his calendar was filling up. He had some availability. And I'd asked him about it, and it seemed like he had just enough availability we could get a comic in. And so I got this idea. I said, hey, man, I want to talk to you about something. And I pitched him my idea and said, I'd like you to draw it. He's like, that sounds like a hell of a fucking fun time. I'm like, all right. So we did the math, and we figured out that he wasn't going to have enough time to draw it and color the interior. So I said, I'll find a colorist. I'll get Nick Capone to do it. Nick was going to do it, but Nick's got his comic coming out here, launching on Kickstarter in like 10 days or so. Yeah. Chastity. And good luck, by the way, Nick. We'll be rooting for you, pledging for you, and sharing it around.
Do it.
He's that book I think is done or almost done, and he's also working on Reign of Ages, because he does all the art on the interior for that. But we'll get that together and get that out. And then we were taking and back to the whole thing with the project. I was asking the guys, I said, well, because Nick was looking at it and he wasn't going to be able to do the coloring. I said, okay. So I asked Nick who he recommended to do the coloring. He's like, Dakota Urhan. I'm like, all right. And so I asked Alexia who I should have color it. And she's like, Dakota Urhan. I'm like, all right, cool. And they hadn't talked to each other. And so I talked to Damien again. And I said, Damien, Nick isn't going to be able to do it, but he's like, is Dakota available? I'm like, it's funny you mentioned that.
Because that name keeps coming
That's
up.
the one person whose name kept coming up. I mean, Nick had said, well, I mean, if you could talk her into it and could afford CC Delacruz, have her do it. I'm like, yeah, I can't afford CC Delacruz. So, but yeah, man. So I talked to Dakota. I told him what the pay was. Because like we have a pretty firm baseline on what our costs are right now, what we can afford, what was budgeted. And I had budgeted for the projects based on paying Nick, So when I talked to Dakota, I offered him the same rate I was paying Nick. And he's like, yeah, that's yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. So,
I'll take it.
And I told him, I said, it's like, when Nick Capone and Alexia Veldhausen and Damian Torres the first name that comes out of their mouth is your name to color something.
Yeah.
You know, I don't claim to know everything. I don't claim to know a lot of things, but I do know that when experts tell you something and they all three are telling you the same thing, you need to shut the fuck up and listen, you know? So,
Hell yeah.
So I listened, and we got Dakota, and he's just tearing it up, man. He's doing a fantastic job.
He colored.
He didn't do the covers; he does the interiors.
Is this here?
Yep, he did that one there.
And he's still working on this one.
Yeah, that's a work in progress shot. There's an update on that we'll have. I've reached out to him and get him to upload it because he was going to do some stuff that Alexia and Dakota had suggested to him. So we'll see what that looks like.
His use of light and shadow is really good. Colors are nice. I mean, it's
beautifully done.
very, very well done.
Yeah.
Perfectly competent.
Yeah, I mean, and just getting this together, like one of the things that I was probably the biggest hard case on was when we got the title card done. Now, title cards like we've had done by Brian Lee, and we've had a couple other people who have done like title cards for particular RPG books.
Mm-hmm.
And so for comics, I usually like to go to Brian, but the reality of it is that Brian, between Necroholic and his day job and everything else, just wasn't going to be able to get this in. But Brian's brother, who's the art director that we hire for our RPG stuff, is, and this is right in his wheelhouse too. So I was lucky enough to get James to do it, but James and I have known each other since 1999, so that wasn't too big of a stretch.
Did you guys party together like it was 1999?
Well, no, he was only like 17 in 99. He'd come into the comic shop, and that was before I sold it. But he would come into my comic shop, him and his brothers. And I met them for the first time there, but I already knew his dad and his mom. And I just didn't realize it, you know. So
Yeah.
Because I used to work with his dad.
Cool.
So and they're
right,
really cool.
So the hard question, Sam.
10 inches. Why do you ask?
What happens if this doesn't fund? What's your plan?
Well, this is going to fund.
It is. But I mean, just in case, you know, just your contingency plan. I always have a contingency plan.
I never give up. So if for some reason this didn't fund, we would relaunch, right?
Just relaunch. Yeah.
We would just relaunch, and then. I mean, hell, for that matter, I might relaunch like next week if I had to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we are so flipping close, you know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're
literally
you're like, what, 84% of the way there?
like
I mean,
83, something like that. Yeah. We're
just
so
like,
close, and we've got so many people who have saved this campaign that, I mean, we're going to see like the second notification for the 24-hour notice one, that one goes out here at 11:59.
Yeah, about an hour.
And then they'll get the other one at 8 hours tomorrow. So we're going to get 2 more bumps between now and then on the Kickstarter.
Yeah, from Kickstarter.
Plus we'll cycle up higher on the ending soon category.
Yep.
And my appeal finally got accepted on my Google ads, because they refused to run my ads because they were saying it was too overly sexualized content. And so now my ads are restricted. And so like my Google ads are now only appearing on like the same, on like, not Pornhub, on wherever adult sites that Google ads run, you know?
Yeah, which I don't think that they allow Google ads on adult sites, but
so,
okay.
I mean, that makes sense because I have not had any views on the ads since my appeal was successful at 3:00 today. Yeah. So I think that I'm going to have a $0 ad bill from that. And I'll have to rethink my Tibbi ad next time, because the idea was to run the Tibbi ad from Wednesday through Friday to cover those last 72 hours, you know? And that was one of the marketing things, but because I had an ad budget this time, which I hadn't had, and which again goes the whole we had money invested in the project up front, but what one of the ads was on Twitter for the Twitter ad, and the Twitter ad, I had it set to run for the first week of the campaign, and I submitted it the week prior to the campaign. It got approved the day before the last day it would run, and then it ran and got like 400 views, and we got, I think, 8 pledges out of it, which tells me that the algorithm wasn't well tuned, or I didn't narrow down the specificity well enough.
Oh, we got somebody here. We got him.
Who we got?
Oh my God! Who
Oh
let
my
him
God!
in?
He's here. He's there. He's everywhere.
I'm sorry, man. My boss showed up a half hour before work. Her and 2 other coworkers, they're wearing dresses. They're like, "Yeah, we're ready to go out to the bar." And I'm like, "No one told me." They're like, "No. We messaged a coworker and asked if you were there. They said yes. We asked if you were dying on your desk. They said no. And then we said, don't tell them we're coming." And then they
God,
showed
Larry
up.
didn't have his dress ready, man. He didn't know.
You didn't have your kilt or anything.
And I'm like, well, I better let my friends know I ain't gonna be there on time. So I didn't have a phone with me, so I had my boss message Max.
Yeah, I was like, who the hell is this?
Right?
All right, Chris. Good seeing you. Thanks for stopping.
I'm hearing them all the way already.
Yep.
Thanks,
Getting them
Mijo.
over.
I'll come get that whiskey in a little bit.
That's what I had. I didn't get drunk. I had 2 drinks though. I had 2 drinks of whiskey, some breaded fucking chicken wings, and a game of pool.
Snorting whiskey and drinking cocaine.
I actually might not be able to
Captain
drink whiskey. I got to be in the
Kangaroo.
office in the morning, and I've got a training session in the morning.
What are you talking about? We're going live on my channel here in about 10 minutes.
All right, cool.
That
That
works.
works.
At least to you guys,
I love
even though
it.
we're late, like just give me a few minutes to settle in.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right, cool.
So what's going on here? How's give me the update.
Sam's gone up about $100 since we went live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a little more than that now, about 130 or so.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is it, dudes. 25 hours left. Like, here's the thing. When Sam announced an $8,000 goal, I was a little iffy on that. I'm still a little iffy on it. But I mean, if that's what you need, and I preached this, right? If that's what you need to get it done, then ask for what you need. There's no sense of being short and being in debt. Okay.
Yeah. Don't hurt yourself on Kickstarter.
Yeah,
you
sure.
can hurt yourself.
Oh, Jason's still around.
Jason Doobie, man, the guy with the coolest last name in comics, is here.
He's
He
being
was
a lumberjack,
he was
cutting wood,
chopping
while he's watching
firewood.
the show.
Yeah.
Jason
Cordonwood.
Gordon Wood.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm all right.
Now, look, this is still totally doable because in that last
definitely.
24 hours, because in another hour, what's going to happen is another email is going to go out, right?
Yeah, we got an email here in about an hour, and then another one at the 8-hour mark. So we're gonna have 2 more reminders.
And then you're also going to put an update.
Right, we're updating probably
Because
about
your
3
update will
or 4
update your followers who haven't backed yet.
Yep.
And I would put in the update if you want to jump in. Now is the time, sort of thing. I put there needs to be a sense of urgency on this.
Yep.
Be like, hey, buddy.
Hey,
buddy.
Don't call me, buddy.
Wow, buddy.
Come
Hey,
get
buddy.
this sexy time travel adventure book, man.
Yeah, I want to read it, so come on, make it happen.
Now, look, if he doesn't make it, it's going to be coming back up again. But we want to see it. Why waste time? Why fuck around? You know what I mean? Like this,
We're going to reach this goal.
That's the
I am
positivity.
absolutely convinced we're going to reach this goal. This is not going to be like 47 issue 3, where we go all the way to the end and we end like $1,000 light. We're going to reach this goal. I'll tell you this: we're going to be past $7,000 in the morning.
Oh,
Good.
yeah.
You need to be 8.
We'll get to 8.
You need what? $1,370.
Yep.
$1,370 American.
Yep.
To do this.
Yeah. So we need to pick up. Let's see. Let's do the math, Sam. You got 24 hours. You need 100. You need 1,370 with an average spend of what is your buy-in? 7 or 15 plus what for shipping?
15 plus 8.
Okay, so 23.
Mm-hmm.
So you need people just to buy in at the lowest level.
Well, I have
Divide-
not yet
divide
backed you, so I will
1370.
back you, Sam.
What's that?
I don't think I backed this yet, so I definitely will back you when we go live on my channel.
Oh, thanks, Larry. I appreciate that, man.
I mean, I don't know how much I can back. Like, you're charging $20 to ship to Canada. I might have to go digital, but fucking
yeah. I don't remember right offhand. I think it's
we'll take a look when we do the deep dive here in a few minutes. I'm just gonna roll one up and just settle in.
Jason has a question.
Lay it on us, Jason.
Any advice on what you should say in the last 24 hours? Yeah, say it's the last 24 hours. Say it's your last chance. Say
59 more backers, Sam.
We can do that. We can do 59.
Yep. You can definitely do 59.
I would put out posts right now, right on the main image that says 24 hours left.
Right now.
Like right now, and post out in every fucking comic book group you can.
Yeah.
Put it on Instagram and put it on Twitter.
I got bumped out of the Bad Girl group.
Again?
I don't know why that keeps happening to you, man.
I know.
Especially when me and Max run it.
Yeah. I mean,
I had to message Max to unban me.
No, but we took care of that.
No, I had to do it Wednesday.
I've done it like 3 times for him.
Yeah, I mean, we just did this yesterday or the day before.
The same name that keeps banning you?
No, it was someone else.
Yeah.
That?
No, it's the same person that keeps banning him.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
I messaged that person. I said, don't.
Yeah, I know. And I don't know. I think they might think that there's nudity in it because I think they're just kind of like giving it a cursory glance.
Right. Even if there was, if I say it's cool, because I'm the originator, I get to say. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah.
Bottom line. Even if Sam was doing something that, technically bent the rules, if I thought it was still passable and okay.
Yeah. It's fine.
It's fine. But he's not even doing that.
No, he's not. I mean, there's no nudity at all. I mean, it's very well done in hiding the nudity, especially the covers.
Yeah.
The covers are, because the pages, it's a little more white and easier to see, which is fine. It needs to be that way, so you could tell what's going on in the scene. But the stuff on the cover, how it's kind of almost not there, it's just perfect.
Oh, we got a fucking voice line for that.
Larry, have you heard the new video?
My daughter's awesome rocking tits. Then bathe with my daughter in the fountain of Varna. Appease the gods by lathering her boobs with soapy suds.
Okay.
Okay.
Larry, did you watch the new video?
We'll check it out on my stream.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Hello, my name is Billy Powermax. Well, hello, Billy Powermax.
Billy.
Billy. Look, you guys get more viewers than I do. You guys should just do this more often. Look, you had Bianca here. You had Chris. You had Pops. Who else? You have Jason Doobies.
Yeah, we had about an average of 5 to 7 viewers.
We had Barrett Russell was in here first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chris Marrero.
You know who I'm surprised? You know who would really like this book? It's our favorite comic book creator of serial killer comics.
Hart Fisher?
I think Hart would really dig this book.
Yeah, he probably would. Should have invited him on. I didn't think about it.
Yeah. I wonder if I can ask him nicely to tweet it out or share it out on the socials tomorrow.
I can do that for you.
Oh, thanks, Max. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Because that would be an entirely new audience, and I think this would be something he would really dig.
Yeah. I'll send it to him tonight and have him. I'll say, hey, man, share this, please.
Cool, thanks. There's only 24 hours left, man. We can do it. It's a cool comic.
Yeah. I mean, it's what I really want to read because I want to know if it's just a trip or if she's really going back in time.
I'm curious,
I know, and literally, I haven't let anyone tell it. Like the entire team is sworn off to not reveal it. So,
is it real or is it Memorex?
Is it real or is it just a trip?
Because I'm assuming that it's got to be real if it's going to continue on, but you never know,
right?
You never know.
I mean, there was theories that, like, in The Walking Dead, that Rick Grimes just dreamt the whole thing in his hospital bed, and all the people that you saw were like people visiting him and checking up on him, doctors and nurses and custodians and whatever, right? You know what I mean?
Yep.
And they're all just sort of like locked in his consciousness, And it would have been a better way to end it that way than the way they did fucking end it in the comic book series. Because in the comic book series, they never give you an answer to the virus, how it came about, nothing, right? It's just
aliens, man.
No, well, not even that,
It was gonna be aliens.
He sold it. No, it was never gonna be that. He just made that shit up when he fucking sold it to him. It's like, hey, it's aliens, virus. They're like, okay,
and then,
sold
like, 3 or 4
it.
issues in, like, where are all the Easter eggs you promised us? Oh, I totally lied. There is none. It's just a zombie thing. But hey, it's selling well, right? So, you know what I mean? Like,
that's all that matters
in the company.
All right, well, let's wrap this up here, and then we'll show up at Larry's
guys
stream
are in no
here.
rush because of me, man. Just carry on with your thing.
But that will give me a good chance to run to the head because I've been drinking water by the gallon for the last 2 hours.
All right.
That's
convenient
vodka.
for you
Quit
guys.
lying.
Perfect.
You're drinking a pitcher of vodka.
Dude, if I was drinking that much vodka, I'd be toasting my head off and threatening to fight anything, That's why I don't drink very much. I don't do it well.
You're not a very good drunk.
I mean, I can be, but sometimes I'm a real prick.
That whiskey. That's why you don't drink whiskey, man.
Well, it's tequila that does me.
Oh, that too. Tequila and whiskey, both of those.
When I
throw
drink
those
tequila,
out.
I have those auditory hallucinations, So like I hear incoming fire and shit.
Tequila should come with
I don't know why
a
tequila
notepad
does that
attached
to me, but
so
it's just terrible, man.
Tequila should come with a notepad attached to it so you can write all the I'm sorry notes for the next
While
day.
you go, yeah. Sometimes I hear old friends and stuff, and that just really messes my head up. So I don't drink tequila anymore. My friends won't.
Sometimes you hear new friends and you don't know who in the fuck they are.
Just need to chill out. Chill out with some wine. Just a nice glass of wine, man. You seem like a wine person, Sam.
I really don't like wine. Not really. Like
none of the kinds. I know some of them suck. I don't like all wines either.
I cook with sparkling wine, so sometimes I drink a little of that, but not much.
Nah, something like a good Merlot, not that dry crap either.
No, I'll get like a Ballator Spumante or something.
Oh, Merlot is dry wine.
No, Merlot.
Bill, that's what Merlot is.
Sweet.
Merlot is a dry wine.
What's the cheap hobo wine? Here it's called like Kelly's
Mad Dog 2020.
Mad Dog 2020.
All right, well, that's what you need. Some Mad Dog.
Mogan David 2020.
Right?
I'll tell you, my dad used to drink Mad Dog, and so I never have. Love my dad to death, but he stopped drinking Mad Dog when I was a teenager, and I respect that decision. And I've never made that mistake to drink that stuff.
Now,
however,
was it white wine or red wine? Because red wine's the worst. Right?
Having said that, you know what I do?
Mad Dog is like
flavored.
It's like flavored wine.
It's like
strawberry and
Kool-Aid
lime
in it,
and all kinds of weird shit.
It really is. It's like alcohol with Kool-Aid in it.
Yeah.
And but I'll tell you what I do like is there's a cocktail they call liquid cocaine. Which is Rumpelmintz, Goldschlager, and Jägermeister in equal proportions. And that will really destroy you.
Yeah.
Especially if you have like a lot.
Yeah, right? we call that drink the axis of evil.
Yeah.
Hey,
people get
crap.
married on.
What's up, Vic?
What's up, Vic?
Vic, what's up, man?
What you been up
Vic
to?
is old Joe Cola.
What,
there you go.
King or fucking Vic Medina? Okay.
Vic Medina, yeah.
Yeah.
Artist extraordinaire.
That's it, brother.
Been seeing some of your new stuff, Vic. It's looking awesome, dude.
Looking good. That shit's looking badass. That was that Spider-Man that he did.
Oh yeah. I saw it on Facebook. That was badass.
On point for sure. The perspective is badass.
Vic, have you ever seen this project of mine, man? Tibbi and her Time Traveling Psychedelic Mushrooms?
Let's go with no.
Yeah, all right.
So you're not waiting on a 60-second delay for an answer.
Yeah. I got you. So this is the episode 1, the issue 1. This is Tibbi, the lady next door, the pretty lady next door that you live next to. Smart lady, lives
really
alone.
Want to get with, but she's way better than you.
Yeah, she's smarter, looks good, she by daytime she works at the dispensary, and she also, her other jobs are doing like the usual gig stuff, doing Uber Eats and driving people around. But in her house, she grows her own marijuana and her own new strain of psychedelic mushrooms. And the first time she uses this new strain of mushroom, it hurls her back in time, where she has her very first time travel trip, and the adventure ensues.
500 years later.
Hey, Max, can you scroll down a little bit? We'll show what we're looking at.
Now in the future, is she going to crossbreed between the marijuana and the mushrooms?
No. We have time travel psychedelic mushrooms in the title. So if you scroll down a little bit, we'll see this. We have the cover offered in 3 versions. So you've got your regular with your trade dress, your virgin variant. Then we have a holochrome version, which we've got some images of what that's going to look like down below. But the interiors are also done by our cover artist, with Dakota Erhan as the colorist. This is our 2-page spread of the chase. And this is colorist. And this is page 10.
Like you said colorless.
Max, scroll back up for a second, will you? We're going to show off the page where she falls through the portal.
The portal page.
Right there.
Well, we don't tell people it's secretly a Niobe portal.
So if you look real careful on that, you can see that, wow, we scrolled right past it again. Down,
What?
down. Stop. Hey! So if you're looking at here, you can see that the colors start to form around her in the water as the mushrooms start to take effect, and she starts to sink lower into them until she falls through that portal in space and time. And yeah, it's a fantastic, fun little romp. 24 pages, full color, about her first trip in time. And at the very last page, you learn, did it really happen, or was it just a head trip? So we're not giving that away anywhere. But yeah, it's a hell of a fun time.
I'm seriously looking forward to it because I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you want?
And Max,
know?
you've read all my stuff, all my comics before this too.
Oh yeah,
So,
I mean you wrote this, right?
yeah, I wrote this.
So
Yeah.
I know this will be good shit because you write really well.
I had to do a lot of research, and I had a lot of people volunteering information.
I remember when I was eating mushrooms. This is what happened to me.
Like my dad was offering me insights, and Pops kept sending me messages, and like people, random strangers on Twitter were like, "Oh, hey man, if you're really gonna do this, you should really try the shrooms for this guy. This is what happened on my trip, man. I talked to God and ate a cheeseburger and woke up and I couldn't find my shoe." I'm like, "Ooh."
Then I found the shoe in the freezer the next day.
I
don't know why I put it in there.
When I was in the army in Germany, you could buy shrooms from the head shop, and man, you get the Mexican shrooms or the Hawaiian shrooms, and the Hawaiian shrooms are these teeny tiny little shrooms. They're like this big, and they're just tiny. And they sold them by the gram, and the Mexican shrooms came in 5-gram cans.
Okay.
Right. And so these were sold by the gram. So I tripped on the Mexican mushrooms plenty of times. They're standard shrooms that I've had growing up. It wasn't a big deal, right? So I'm like, I'll take 3 grams of these Hawaiian shrooms. And I ate 3 grams of these Hawaiian shrooms and got on the train. And when I was pulling into the train station for Bamberg where we were staying, that's when it all started taking effect, and like everything outside, there's trees and shit everywhere, and it was all just super green. And I was like, what the fuck is it so green for? And then I got out of the train. Don't remember getting back from the train station to the barracks, but I did. Sat down with my buddy Hugo to watch Lord of the Rings, and it was too stressful. I couldn't watch it. It was too intense. I turned it off. And then we went downtown and just partied down there for 5 or 6 hours. It was a good time.
So you really are excited to find out if it's just a head trip
Yeah.
or if it's just. That's awesome, man. I
Yeah.
can't wait till you get there. Once you finish reading it, I really want you to let me know what you think. We put a lot of freaking work into the script, between the research and like little elements based on the time period that she's in with this particular dinosaur and what things were there and what things will look like. And we probably made some mistakes because science, people
Yeah, it
differ.
changes. I mean,
Yeah.
as you said, that you use the most recent scientific information about the raptor.
Yep. The
You
really
could.
weird thing was that I had to take and talk to my artist because there's a scene where you see the sky, and the sky was a lot different at that time, right?
Mhm.
So particularly the moon. So look out for the panel with the big reveal of the moon, because that's from what we've been able to determine from different astronomy stuff I've looked at. That's what the moon would have looked like back then.
Nice.
So
You really busted ass in researching this shit.
well, I mean, the funny part was at the time the moon was a lot closer, like a lot closer, right?
Mhm.
And the current theory is that there was still some orbital debris around it from the earlier impact. It wouldn't have cleared yet, so the moon would have had rings that would have been visible from Earth.
Oh,
The
cool.
moon. Did you know the moon moves away from us an inch every year?
It's 1.125 inches a year. Yep.
You know?
It's slowly getting out of control. One day it's going to go away, and then what are we going
One
Okay.
day it's going to be like it's going to be the moon, like from Thundar.
to do?
Yep. It's gonna leave us, and then we're all gonna die because the oceans, all the
Yeah.
fish in the oceans will die.
Everyone's going to be
Dolphins
like,
will take back off into space, and they'll say thanks for all the fish. And
Thankfully, by that time, we'll just hook giant engines to the moon and push it a
Push
little
it back.
closer,
push it back.
get it to a position that it's like, oh, we're going to be good for like another 10,000 years. That's great.
So that's what I was saying. It's like, what we need to do is find a way to move that moon around. That way, when like some sort of giant tractor beam that'll move the moon around. That way, like if an asteroid's coming in, we can just move it, whoosh,
Yep.
put it in the way of the asteroid, and the asteroid hits the moon instead.
Oh, we don't want to blow up the moon though, either, man.
Fuck it.
What was that one movie they let loose where the moon was basically a giant machine that was crashing into Earth?
Oh, shit. I don't remember. I know what you're talking about, though.
I remember a Doctor Who episode where the moon was an egg, hatched a cosmic dragon and shit.
That's cool. But yeah,
All right.
Tibbi. It's our fun introductory episode, our issue 1, and her first trip through time.
Sweet.
So we get to meet her in the first, 9 pages, and this 10th page starts her time travel adventure, and we wrap up with page 24, revealing was it real or was it just in her head?
It was just in her mind.
Trip in, trip to the brain, trip to the brain, trip to the brain. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna end it over here, and then Larry will be back, and then we'll
So
shoot over to Larry's channel.
where
Cool.
we found the links for this, find the links for the next show. We'll put them up.
Yeah, well, next will just be on the Niobe Comics YouTube, so that's easy to find too.
Yep, it'll be all over the place.
Yep.
But Sam,
Yes,
where can people find you, man?
you can find me on Kickstarter, WS Quinton for Tibbi and her Time Traveling Psychedelic Mushrooms. We have a second Kickstarter account for Sinopa Publishing for our RPG projects. And then on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, I am Sinopa Publishing, SINOPA.
Just look for the fox.
Look for the fox. Yeah, boy.
All right, Larry, where can people find you so they know where to go next?
Boo boo. Niobe Comics, brother. It's going to be
Niobe
on
Comics.
Facebook. It's going to show up on YouTube. You know?
It'll be on Facebook until you get kicked off.
Yeah, that's about it, man.
Phil Leon, the Electric Crayon. Where can they find you, man?
Well, changing the basement, coloring pages for White Devil #2. But yeah, other than that, you can find me on Facebook under Phil Leon, or most other social media under Phil Leon or Philman X.
All right. And I am Max DeVille, your current host. The co-host Johnny, who did not make it today, he was busy at the comic shop. You can find me at atrocitypress.com. It's got all of the news for Atrocity Press up there first before it goes anywhere, so you want to be able to check that site to get your Atrocity Press news first. We've got all of our books are available through digital on our website. All of our merch is available through our website. All of our social media links are on our website, so just drop by the website, atrocitypress.com, and you can find everything you need to do with Atrocity Press.
And hey, big huge thanks for our new backer, man. Thank you so very much.
Oh, another new backer.
Yep.
It was like a
Thank you.
wow, that was like a $45 backer. Good job. Way to go. Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks.
Am I a boomer? Am I a boomer? Am I a boomer? Am I a boomer? Boom! How about that? Am I a boomer? Boom!
But yeah, that's what I was getting ready to do. All right, so everybody. So we will see you over at the Obi Comics stream.
All right, we'll be there in just a few minutes.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I've ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.